women will make friendships generally through emotional sharing and sharing of how we feel, and we'll connect and we'll have this empathy and that'll form a bond. But then men, a lot of it's through shared experience. They need to do something. They're, rarely would men go and meet for coffee and chat. They'd rather,
Yeah,
go and chop wood or go for a run or,
yeah,
involve
yeah.
something physically.
Physical, yeah.
That's how, biologically our brains kind of connect with one another. And we can go back to, evolutionary biology and psychology, which I I just love
I
discussing that
love,
part of it.
I love it.
The men would be going off and hunting and
Yeah,
getting food, or shooting predators, and ultimately, like that is how they would bond. Men make friends quite quickly because they view another man and think, "Are you a threat to my family, my close family?" No, okay, right, okay, I trust you because back in the days of cavemen, they would see another man and think, "Okay, are you a threat to me? If you are, I'll fight you. If you're
yeah,
not, then okay, let's go and fight the predators together."
yeah,
And that's that. Whereas women is different because it's less obvious in physical violence. It's more emotional. Okay, are you going to be a threat to me in a different way? And that's a very complex thing. But then when you kind of put this through a digital platform, it's very difficult to have shared experience through a digital platform for men. But then for women, things are very portrayed in a certain way, and this perfectionism that we talked about at the start, it is just amplified to the nth degree on social media because it's such a tiny snapshot of what we're
yeah.
showing.
And what I would say as well, which is so relevant to this, but so many people are showing up on social media how they want to show up, not who they really are. There are a lot of people people will be following a lot of influencers and people who are following who they think, oh my gosh, she could be my best friend. But there is so much to their personalities they're not showing you. There's so much about them that you won't know unless you meet them and you feel their energy and have that we have to have more in-depth conversations, right, to know and trust. But we're like falling in love with these people on the other side of the phone. We don't even know who are rehearsing or choosing what they're going to say and do.
You can spend hours, creating a paragraph or a caption on Instagram or sending a message. But we have this in our generation, even, picking up the phone and calling someone's terrifying because you've got to do it on the fly. You know?
There's nothing's unfiltered or raw.
Exactly. And it's just funny that like basic connection with people. And I think the authentic self and our authenticity, when we see someone online, perhaps, showing a more difficult side or, showing things that they're struggling with, we almost feel more connected to them because there's this
Yeah.
authentic side. But then a lot of the time I think we don't actually have that integrity with ourselves and who we are and what we want to do. Who, are we living ourselves, like portraying this view? Are we going on holiday because we think, oh my goodness, I'm going to get this amazing picture for Instagram and people are going to think I'm really cool? Or am I
Yeah.
spending
I'm
nine
gonna
pounds
post
on a
them.
coffee or smoothie or exercise class or whatever because I want to portray it? And if you want to do that for yourself, absolutely.
It comes back to caveman times again because we want to be part of a tribe. That's what we strive for, to be part of a tribe. So the seeking validation by copying what's cool on social media is the same thing. I want to be part of this. It's exactly the same thing, but it's so superficial and it's so surface level and it's so vain almost. Um,
It is.
but yeah, it's seeking value, and we see you got the authentic mums showing their messy house or whatever, and I try and show as much reality as possible, and we go, oh my god, thank God, I feel better, but we still want to be the mum with the most aesthetic house, with the perfect life, with the Range Rover and the cleaner and the housekeeper and all of those things, but she won't show you that side because that's not the point of her content. It's 500 outfits a month, you know. And look, they're making a business. It's their work. But and I follow all these people because I love getting the outfit into it. It's no shade on them. What I'm trying to say is take it all with a pinch of salt
Yeah.
and look at the authentic profiles and know that most of us are actually like that. And even those aesthetic pages, that's their brand, that's their job, that's their full-time job. They've probably got what a Monica cupboard, is that what everyone calls it, or a doom pile, where they've got a cupboard full of like stuff and they're just pushing it all in there before they shoot their content, like because they're a brand, they're building a brand.